But yeah, that's I think the most important thing to realize. And people forget that when they're chatting. And just shit posting in chat or whatever they're doing. I'm not using enough. I need to go back and change my Estus around because I'm not really using magic. It's boss fight. So I'm gonna get myself more healing. So I'm gonna need that more than I'm gonna need, my FP.
Ah, just what?
No, a lot Estus. We'll put 2 on.
Pretty be careful.
Yeah, shut up, dude. More food, quickly. This community is so tiny that any frequent watcher, which is mostly me as a mod, most of the time I moderate myself. Yeah, there's there's somebody I watched that he was talking about how, like, when he watches streams, if he's ever made a mod inside of a streamer's community, he'll time himself out to remove his mod status because he'd much rather, like, this was back when, like, everybody was doing and time yourself out. Yeah, that's exactly, yeah, that's what he does. But he did it to remove his mod status so that he could participate in the betting, the points betting, channel points betting. And this was back when, like, the channel point stuff was, like, huge. Like, everybody was like, it was a big new craze. It was like, oh my god, we can gamble on Twitch now. Look at this. What are you doing? Better roll back. I was trying to get behind him, like that. Okay. Needed to justify having that mod status, yeah. I can get that. I think I have 1 mod on this channel, and that was from when I streamed like 8 years ago. Crap. I think I'm about to die. Oh, I made it. Okay. What the hell? It's a big damage. Opportunity. Get out of that. Okay. Oh, he's charging something. I did not want to be a part of that. Woo! I was right near the fucking ledge. Pulling in the poo-poos. Big dick DPS. Man. Let's heal up nuts and not. Got him. Oh. When anyone is a mod, nobody can attack the other. That is what I think some people would call a nuclear deterrent, Caddis. When anyone is a mod, nobody can attack the other person. Yeah, that's basically like a nuclear deterrent. But you're also not wrong either. So now we're in the final stages of Lothar Castle. There is a Duke's Archive-like area that we're about to go through. This is where the final scroll is. This bonfire up ahead is a bit weird. What the hell? I don't remember this. Very nice. Is that... That's a 4, so I can upgrade this weapon again. So yeah, there's another bonfire here. And it's like, okay, why? Also, this. Why have the key to the locked door right there? So yeah, that's the Grand Archives. It's the next area we're gonna fucking push through. I think I'll keep my Estus allotment where it is. Okay. Huh. And with a channel of 3 people watching, where I am the frequent watcher, so anyone can play mod. I mean, basically, that's how smaller channels kind of boil down to. That's why I'm not, like... I have people, you know, aside from you, that sometimes show up. It's just you guys show up at different times, so... The actual... Oh, that's what that is. Okay. No. Okay. I'm getting some synapses to fire in my fucking brain here. That's it. I just don't see the need to, like, mod anybody at this point in time. Okay. So now we're going to have somebody that's going to be hurling spells at us from afar. Like, I think they're up on that bridge now. Is that sword straight up your ass? But yeah, I don't have enough people, like, coming and going to really have to worry about not being able to moderate my own chat. Okay, this is where all the Titanite chunks are, so now I should be able to get the chunks that I need. I don't even know why I'm fighting this thing. Gonna be more Twinkling Titanite. Oh, and a crystal gem. Okay, so that wasn't wholly a waste. There we go. We are going to use this, but not yet. You dunk your head in the wax, and it's to protect you against certain, I guess enemies would probably be the best term to use for them. Okay. That's what I was waiting. I knew you were waiting for something. Little assholes just love to pop out. Be like, haha, I got you. Because apparently that's now the pinnacle of... Go. Don't want that. Do not want him. I ask why it's problematic that there are keys and a bonfire. Well, just like, you know, if there's going to be a locked door, why have the key to that locked door, like, right there already? Like, you know, you're going to make a door locked and you need a key to get to the door. Shouldn't you... you know, make the person actually have to go and find the key, not just give it to you right in front of the very locked door. That's my issue, and it's not really even an issue. It's just like, seems like a weird design decision to even like, you know, what's the point of having a locked door? In real life, you know, obviously that's not the case, and I can make that distinction. But in like in terms of like video game logic, for example, why go through all the trouble of like doing all that if you're just gonna put the key right in, because you know most of the time when a door is locked, you have to go and find the key. You have to do something to, you know, where's the key to unlock this door? Okay, kind of like in Dark Souls 1. Okay, I need the, you know, I need this specific item to open this thing, or oh, I don't have the master key, so I have to go through Blighttown, or etc., etc. And a lot of that doesn't, like, you know, so I'm left scratching my head. Why is that like that? I thought there was a lever somewhere around here to open up a bookcase to give you extra items. I know there's one later on as well, but... I also hear the twinkling of a crystal lizard. Either that or it's that crystal sage that's been shooting spells at me this whole time. Guess there isn't a lever. Oh, no. It doesn't get on my nerves. Yeah, it is useless, but it doesn't get on your nerves like many other... Yeah. There are a lot of decisions that do get on my nerves, but it's not as much of a problem in this game as it was in like Dark Souls 2, for example. Dark Souls 2 as a whole is a game that just annoys me. Not because, you know, it's a bad game. Well, I mean... Yeah, so this is why you dunk your head in the wax. So these things won't affect you. And we did miss another crystal lizard, so we're gonna have to... We'll do a save and quit. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff where the books will like... There's books on the bookshelf that are essentially cursed or haunted or whatever. And so you dunk your head in the wax. And you get that silly looking head. So that you can collect all the items and such. Oh, he didn't disappear. I thought he would have disappeared. Okay. More Twinkling Titanite. I'm so glad. I'm glad that there is a second bonfire. I don't need to... Yeah, I mean, it does eliminate the extra running. I think something that could be retroactively added into, you know, all these Souls games is the Elden Ring decision to not have stamina deplete when you're trying out movesets or when you're not in combat and you're sprinting. I don't like the idea of having to, you know, I'm sprinting, oh, I'm out of stamina, I gotta walk. Oh, I'm sprinting, oh, I'm out of stamina, I gotta walk. Get back here. Go. There's a shortcut. Let's see here. I got 8. I need 2 more. I can get this longsword up to +9. This longsword scaling isn't really... It's nothing to sneeze at. That landed right next to me. It's A scaling, much like the axe that I have equipped. Or that I had equipped, I should say. Here it is. And now this... Well, it opens up something down there. I don't know what. You want to stay over there, that's fine. I too can attack from afar. Luckily that thing that's casting all these spells at us does not respawn, so once we kill it this one time, we won't need to kill it again. Whoop. No, you don't. Ooh, Scholar's Robe. Okay. I need to go back and dunk my head in wax. You see the head dunk effect has worn off. My first play I didn't know the wax, but yeah. Yeah, so I bet I bet your second time through you're like, oh my god, this is so much easier now. It really is a game changer, though, that's for sure. And now we're seeing why I broke all the tables in here. Like all those middle tables, so you don't have to run by the bookcases and get hit to... Get more ice on your head. Don't worry, there is a second dunk tank as well, so to speak. Okay. This way. Oof. You. I'm gonna back up, okay. we go. Can I target you? Ow. Well, thank you for that. Not really doing a lot of damage. But that's because I have the wax thing on my fucking head. Whoop. Walk real quick. Okay, no, 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 no. Those. Your whole face would be damaged if you put your head in the wax. I mean, if it's hot wax, yeah, probably, because, well, it'd be burnt. You're talking about like actual, like, you know, first and second degree burns. Oh god, I forgot about this. Another one of those cold enemies. Alright. Now we're finally at the place. Ugh. Can I fucking, like, actually... Bye. You can die now. There we go. Crystal Scroll. So, now we have the final scroll. We have all spells available to us. And yeah, that illusory wall that I just opened up, I'm not taking that guy on just yet. I can't actually at this point. Okay. Surviving stone. Yeah, I think one of the bookshelves down there moved. To open up for more stuff, but I'm not sure which one. Man, I need to finish this Chipotle real quick. Okay, tighten that scale, thank you. So yeah, that is one of those frost enemies. We'll deal with him once we're essentially done with this area. So, like, a long time from now is probably going to be the when we're done with this area. Okay, yeah, I'm going to have to... I remember there being a closer wax thing. There it is, okay. Whoop. Hey, I got Nestus back. How nice. Okay. Now I only need one, right? Yeah. It's good if you feel pain after burning. That means you don't have a third-degree burn. Yeah, if you don't feel anything after burning yourself, probably because you seared off all your fucking nerve endings. You're talking about some serious, actual, like, physical damage at that point. So yeah, you're absolutely right. It is good if you feel pain after burning. Yeah, all your nerves are burned away. We're not done with this area yet. Still have all of up there, but do I want... Let's deal with him after. After. Oh boy. Ooh. Boop. Bye. Okay, there's nothing down there. Good to know. That's just a death point. Is this whole thing useless? Is there... I guess it's to show us that there's an item out here. Oh man, I forgot about the gargoyles on the rooftop. Oh boy. That's gonna be a whole fucking thing and a half. So yeah, let's... I guess let's start getting shortcuts and stuff unlocked. Nope. There we go. And around and over here. Shouldn't need the wax anymore where we're going. I'll probably grab the wax again when we go to take on that frost enemy. We're probably going to die to that frost enemy too. Yeah, here we go. This is the shortcut that takes you right back to the... This is why Darth Vader in Episode 3 should not feel pain, because he had third-degree burns. He was also literally on fire, though. Oh, yeah. Like, his entire body was literally on fire. So, yeah, he did have third-degree burns, but you could, you know, ask any burn victim. You can probably feel some of that pain on parts of your body that have not suffered catastrophic damage or injuries. Okay. I just bring that up because you know, Darth Vader, when it comes to like Star Wars and stuff, Darth Vader is one of my more favorite characters from Star Wars. I'm not as big of a Star Wars fan now as I used to be. And it's because, well, Disney, really. They don't know what to do with the license, with the franchise, and it shows. They have no clue what they're doing. I don't know what those noises were, but they made me uncomfortable, that much is sure. Interesting. I spy with my little eye a crystal lizard that needs to die. But how do you get to it? Doesn't matter, because we have learned that, you know, all crystal lizards in this game drop Twinkling Titanite. And that is that they don't drop anything useful. Okay. Could do a 5-hour run. If you want, I could do a... Well, I mean, I too could also do a 5-hour rant about Disney and Star Wars right now. We could both have a very spirited discussion about the current state of Star Wars. And that is, the current state of Star Wars is kind of shit right now. They don't know what to do with the franchise, and it shows. Their entire, like, their big idea was to just do whatever the fuck they wanted to, I guess. I found out how to get to that crystal lizard. Oh, Titanite scales. Infinitely more helpful. Please take care to note the sarcasm in my voice as I say that. And that, yeah, for me, the sequels don't belong. For you, the sequels don't belong in the Star Wars universe. Yeah, that's me too. I don't like what they did with the sequels. Like, they set up some interesting stuff with The Force Awakens, sure. But then it was like a pissing match between J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson, where Rian Johnson's like, well, how about instead we subvert expectations by doing this? Oh, Rey's parents aren't anything interesting. Okay, where are you going with her parents? Oh no, actually, her parents were actually, you know, it's like, yeah, the back and forth. They had no idea, and it's come out in you know, recent talks that they didn't have an overall plan for what they wanted to do with the sequel movies. But take away the sequel movies. Those don't. Let's pretend that doesn't exist. You know, there's Rogue One, which I will say is a really actually fun movie. And you know, the scene at the end of the movie where Darth Vader tears through a bunch of red shirts was amazing to behold. They even made the lightsaber fights wrong. I feel I think they were trying to go back to the way George Lucas was trying to do lightsaber fights. They still got it wrong. You're right about that. But I think they were trying to do like George Lucas's idea of like what a lightsaber fight should be like and how it should all like play out and everything. It was based on like samurai, like a lot of samurai stuff. And I am getting lucky. Oh, well, I'm not getting lucky with that one. Oh, man. Okay. So let's go over to this one then. You gonna let me target him? Not without a price. Okay, let's go back. Well, no, let's not go back. I think we do need the head wax, actually. Sometimes the lights. Oh, you're talking. I think you're talking about the in the throne room after Kylo Ren kills Snoke. And yeah, there's some massive continuity errors in just the choreography of that fight alone. And it's, you know, I forget who it was, but somebody did a huge breakdown of everything wrong with that fight scene. In concept, it's cool. In execution, they fucking cocked it up as much as they, like, you couldn't have fucked that up more if you tried. Okay, it is still a bit of a walk all the way down here, but whatever. I need the head wax because I'm about to charge down one of the caster guys. I should probably also drink my last Ashen Estus. Charge that. I think they wanted to go back to the 3 and not what George Lucas thought lightsaber fights was, because he established a new lightsaber with more movement. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. It's like he was trying to, like, they were trying to, and they just thought, oh, it just needs to be more aggressive. And it's like, no. George Lucas in the first 3 movies was trying to emulate, you know, what it would be like if 2 samurais were dueling. He was trying to get, like, he was trying to create basically like a space western. And so you know that's what Han Solo is. He's kind of the gunslinger, and you have Luke Skywalker's like the good samurai, and then you have like Darth Vader or as like the bad samurai, and then you have Obi-Wan as like the mentor character. I'm sorry, what? Okay. Yeah, just come down here and heal up real quick. He moved. I didn't know he was gonna move. No, you don't. Fucking meat shields. Oh, I. Yeah, it seemed like... Oh, I got one of my Ashen Estus back. Nice. Okay. And now... Yeah, this is going to be a shortcut later on. Not a very good shortcut, because I think, yeah, this one has, like, the curse books. You have all the enemies here and stuff. The lightsaber fight in episode 9 was even worse. Even sort, yeah, that's what I was. Oh, episode. I remember so little of episode 9. That I couldn't critique it, like in a choreography or visuals standpoint. I instead can critique it on, the writing, which was, J.J. Abrams, your writing is shit. And ask the important question: why do people keep hiring J.J. Abrams? This is an important question I think we need to ask ourselves. Because he, the more time you give him things, the more he proves to be a fucking talentless hack. Okay, shit. So that guy up there will attack when we go over there. I only have one Estus, so I'm not too keen on doing that right now. Part of me just wants to say, let's go back and... Yeah, I think I should just go back and... Definitely... get my stuff back and probably take on that Frost guy. Writing was terrible, everything also. Yeah. Like, there's very little about episode 9 that's redeemable. I would say if they had, they had gone with the approach that they took in episode 8, that, like, you create all these questions about this character who, we're all, like, invested in now. We want to know, like, what's going on with her. Why is she, why is everybody going after her? But they failed to, on top of everything else, develop her character. But she had no real character development the entire time. And so she's just able to do these things because... Alright, taking a bite of my food. But like, I guess that, and I think Disney thought over every scene to try and find something they can build, and it destroyed the laws of the Star Wars universe. Yeah, it seems like all they did was try and, time and time again. This was before people had realized that the writers for Game of Thrones were also talentless hacks. And so, I think what they were trying to do is they were trying to subvert everyone's expectations. Like that was their big plan was, oh, we're gonna subvert everybody's expectations. They won't see this coming. I'm just gonna buy that last chunk that I need.
Ah. Ashen One, be sure.
Go up, lady.
That is what.
Reinforce a weapon.
Pretty. I go.
Go. Let's
That is what.
let's also give one more. Yeah.
Pretty. Be careful.
So yeah, it was before everybody was on to the
Welcome.
thing that
Very
like
well, then hey.
7,000.
Farewell, Ashen One. Make
Ah. Ashen One, be sure.
That one. Yeah.
welcome. Very then hey.
Now I should be able to get 3. Okay. Still not enough, huh? Still want more endurance. That's what we want is endurance. We need as much stamina as we can get. Let me, why they didn't understand that Star Wars also lives from the Silent Hills has a huge community that studied it and they're just, yeah, they just kind of, like, the whole plot of that final battle on Episode 9 was these Star Destroyer pilots didn't know where up was. They didn't know up. Yeah, so this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to get our endurance up to about. Okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah, they're struggling to find the up. Okay. So now. Okay.
Farewell, Ashen One.
Yeah. Now let me see about spells. What attuned spells? Well, first of all, I want to check this out real quick. I did it. I got it. This is it. That's the I win button right there. Oh man, that is good shit right there. Yeah, they didn't know what the hell they were doing. So I got my fast spell, I got my fuck you spell, I got my I win button. That'll actually pierce enemies too. Star Wars is a fictional universe, but this does not say you can break laws. Well, no, yeah. That's... I don't think anybody would argue that. Anybody who would argue that is huffing some serious fumes and should probably calm down just a little bit, maybe. Stop huffing paint thinner.
Oh, oh, now tales of what fun.
Oh, Darkblade. See, that's kind of what I like about, like,
Have a pleasant journey.
About miracles and Elden Ring too, and incantations. You have... Oh! Cool. You have spells like, you know, Emit Force, Wrath of the Gods, you know, Lightning Spear, Lightning Stake, Lightning Blade, you know, Dory's Gnawing. You know, these are interesting, kind of cool spells. And with sorceries, it's just one form of magic missile to another form of magic missile. I'm gonna finish up my dinner. I have like a few bites left. There's also scenes like the Rebel Alliance. You got something about the ships of... And as Finn, not even looking at the screen, finds out that can analyze complex data in like 1 minute. But yeah. The characters were poorly written. And I remember all the argument about Rey being a Mary Sue. I'm not sure if that's an American term. Now, let me know if you don't know what I mean when I say Mary Sue. And I can explain it to you.
Again. Perfect. This is a crystal sorcery. Created by the Pale Dragon. Thought only to exist in legend. I am ever grateful to you. This is truly simple. I am afraid this is a debt I will be sure to...
Okay, so now we can get Crystal Soul Spear. Homing Crystal Soul Mass. I believe that's it. You get these two spells. Oh, and Crystal Magic Weapon.
Come again.
But since this weapon is infused with crystal, I don't think that I can... I don't think you can use magic infusion. Well, let's find out, actually. Yeah. Can't infuse, so that's why I kind of... If I could infuse these weapons that I was using, I would have the staff in my other hand. Sorry. Trying to... Okay. There we go. Give me my... Boop. Bring my face back. I know definitely what a Mary Sue is, but I find she should erase Sidious. Oh my god. I don't disagree. Is now done. It is complete. Oh. Alright, there we go. Dinner is now complete. You do. What are you? Okay, bye. Dude wanted to run off. I'm not going to sit there and argue with him about it. Aw, butts. Okay, we're going to go try and take out this frost guy, which probably means that we're going to die. But I've come to terms with this. I forgot to Okay, well. Let's see. If we make this work. You let me fucking target him? That's bad. Yep. I kind of ranted about this a bit earlier. That, yeah, those enemies kind of piss me off. Not because they're big and they hit hard. It's more that they can seemingly attack infinitely. The last scene where they said Rey Skywalker, it was a huge middle finger against, yeah, the entire, yeah. And that's why we're not seeing really, you know, Andor, we got Andor, which is actually, you know, Andor was fucking good. It's like the one legitimately good thing that we got from Disney, aside from, like, you know, Rogue One. I'm not gonna say it's legitimately good. Rogue One is enjoyable, but yeah, it was excuse me, what? Who? Oh. Okay. So yeah, the rant that I went on earlier was actually kind of, you know, partly because of something that you talked to me about in a previous stream, Caddis, that basically, you know, the feeling that enemies can attack infinitely without punishment. Like there, he hardly ever really stopped to do anything other than, like, you know, reposition himself, and then he was swinging again. And that's something that I really, really, really dislike about these games. That they kind of fucking lost themselves in, you know, between Dark Souls 1 and this game. Bloodborne didn't have this problem. Bloodborne actually encouraged you to be more aggressive in your playstyle. This game takes that Bloodborne flow of combat and kind of warps it into something that doesn't really work, and you don't feel like you're fighting somebody on equal footing. It feels like you're sitting there trying to dodge these frenzied attacks in hopes that, you know, at some point you'll be able to dodge enough attacks to get one of your own in, and then you do it all over again. And it's something that you mentioned that it happens a lot in Elden Ring, and it does. But it also happens a lot in this game too. Fuck off. This is the game that I think started it. I really think that keeping the Dark Souls 2 director on board was a bad idea. What the fuck, man? Ugh. Now we have his armor set, which if I wanted to respec. Aw, I'm too fat. What does this message say? Secret ahead, and then visions of pointless. There's no secret ahead, though. Okay, and then we can get this item, whatever this is. Soul Stream. Oh, God. How much is required for that? 45. Wow. That's only 9 points away. You know, if I'm going to use this longsword for the rest of the game, I probably could respec. Man, how many slots does it take, though? Oh, it takes 2, so I'd only be able to get like that and like Crystal Spear or Soul Spear or something like that. Oh! That actually could have hit me. That's impressive. They humiliated and killed Luke. Yeah. Now Rey, a selfish, not. Has to work through the nothing. Now takes the leg. Yeah, that's. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head there. That like. You know, they. And Mark Hamill was very clear about this when he saw the script for the Last Jedi. He told Rian Johnson, "I categorically disagree with everything you did with my character, or with this character, with Luke." He told him straight out, like, "I don't agree with anything that you did here. I'll do my best to give you what you want, but I think this is the wrong decision." And it proved to be the wrong decision. Now Rian Johnson's like the laughing stock of well, not Hollywood. Hollywood fucking thinks he's great, but you know, people who actually have more than one brain cell, more than 2 brain cells to rub together. There we go. Yeah, these guys aren't so bad when you've got magic, when you got sorceries specifically. Titanite chunk. Could have saved myself Beta Souls if I just had the sack to pick it up earlier. Let's see what is over. Oh boy. Hi. Whoop. There we go. That was kind of awkward and hard to do. Oh yeah. Do is go up over here. So, yeah. So you don't worry about those guys just yet. Don't worry about, oh my god, the crystal lizards get away. Just use that trick that I've showed everybody in the past. Oh. Get. But yeah, like Mark Hamill, if you like go back and look at like the language that he used when doing like press for, you know, The Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi, it's like he was warning everybody, these are not good movies. Okay, let's get the other one too. Oof. Flashbang. Continue. All right. So now this will get, you know, if you do scare off the lizards, you can just do this to get them back. But they're not as useful in this game unless you need a specific infusion gem, or if you need, what is the other thing? Oh god, I'm blanking right now. Or unless you need Twinkling Titanite. I don't currently have a need for either. Okay, that was a lot more damage than I thought it would be. But I'm pretty sure it would have been farther or worse. Oh, fuck. No, you don't. Okay. Go. It's kind of like, you know, thinking about, like, you know, what Luke was saying, or what Mark Hamill, sorry, Luke, was saying about the movies, the way he was kind of like low-key trying to warn everybody off. Reminds me of what Emilia Clarke did for, you know, the last season of Game of Thrones. I find Rey is only a hero because the good side / rebels found her first. No characteristics make her a hero figure. She more acts like a villain. Yeah. Than she would be if the First Order found her. Yeah. 100%. I agree with that statement. I don't feel that, you know, again, it's the writing. It does this. It's character assassination. But for there to be character assassination, there has to be character in the first place. And they failed to establish any sort of meaningful characterization with her, other than she's a Force user. Okay? Is that all she's got? She's a Force user? So now because she's a Force user, she's like able to do everything and doesn't need anybody's help. We saw that item earlier from below when we killed that knight. I said that area was like essentially useless. Sure, and, you know, as we can see, it kind of turned out to be. Whoop. Whoopsie doodle. Yeah. Okay. No, we're going this way. Okay, we're about to do something. Okay. Jump over here. Why do they put platforming in Souls games? I can't think of a single human being that wants more platforming in their Souls games. I say that and then I have to remind myself that there is a only up mod for Elden Ring. Okay. There doesn't need to be platforming in these games, for fuck's sake. Okay. Run over this guy and... go. Yeah, so Luke and Anakin had to train for years, had to train years to become this powerful. Rey does it in 2 weeks because... Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not going to read that out loud because I know that, like, without context, there might be somebody who watches the video later and is like, oh, you're a sexist because I read that out loud. But I mean, that's kind of the issue is, like, in... You know, I'm all for empowerment. I'm all for representation. I'm all for that type of stuff, but it needs to be natural, not forced. And it feels like in this case, they forced it because, you know, they're not trying to make a movie, they're trying to make a political statement. It's no longer about creating an interesting movie with a compelling plot, it's about forcing representation into a movie that has no right to exist or has no business existing in its current state. There's no reason for Star Wars the prequel movie specifically to exist in its current state. Other than they wanted money. And like, you know, and so, yeah, I don't think you're an anti-feminist, but there's going to be a lot of people who might see something like that and get bent out of shape over it. But, like, you know, if you just take a minute to look at what they're doing, the writing is right there on the walls. Tight Night Chunk. Lord, he's coming. Bye. But what that statement, but what is this statement that a woman cannot work for something? I'm not sure I'm understanding what you're trying to say. Go. Dissolve into nothingness. Thank you. I'm wondering. I'm hoping maybe you could, you know, further elaborate on what you're trying to say. 'Cause I think there might be a bit of a language barrier between what you're trying to say and what I'm understanding. Check, make sure there's no items out here. And now we go in there. Yeah. Undead bone shard. Got the last undead bone shard. Okay, so we got all those. That's great. Okay. Kill those little assholes before... Uh-oh. We got a fucking Chungus over here. Take a peek out here first. Make sure there's no more ambushes, or spam bushes, as Mauler likes to call them. Spam bushes being where they just spam enemies at you. Go. That was easy enough. And was this all ultimately pointless? It seems like... Yeah. Oh boy. Oh, I think I understood what you're saying now. What you're saying is that, you know, it's a state, you know, what they did or what they said, what they depicted inside that movie is a statement that, you know, you don't have to work towards earning something. It should be given to you. The start. And it's like, that's not how really any of this works. Okay, so I think I know what I'm going to do here. Ray didn't need to work for anything. And therefore she represents, well, they needed years to earn it. This is for me, like, women cannot work for something and earn it. They needed to be given to them. I can see some people taking it that way. And run right into here. Bye. I think I was shot through the heart, but you're not to blame. Let's go ahead and get our S's back, and then we can take on this fucking chuckleheads one at a time instead of three at once. Which, if you come from the other direction, you have to take on all three at once. Not only that, but now we have all our shit back. We can cast spells, and actually, I still forgot to swap out my attune spells. Got rid of him. Okay. Fucking die! Jesus fucking Christ! Holy fucking shit, what a fucking bitch! Okay. Good lord. I'd be so mad because they don't want... Well, it's not that they don't want to be a feminist. It's more send a real message. It's more about being. See, I'm not. I don't fully agree with that. You know, I also don't use the term woke unironically because. No, that's some. Again, I don't want to get into that on stream. That gets very political very fast. And I think it's that they were trying too hard. They didn't really believe what they were putting out, but they still felt that they had to put out some sort of positive message or some form of representation that mattered to, you know, young people. And it's like, then create some actual representation that, you know. But I don't think it's about being woke and not being woke, or woke versus not woke. Basically, because and I say this because, you know, we're looking at this through like a retrospective eye. And so now the term woke has become a term that people use. And I think it's being overused a great deal by a large group of undesirable individuals. What I mean by undesirable is they seek to do fascism, basically. It's probably the easiest way to put it. A bunch of fascists use it unironically. Anyways, it's just, it gets used too much in today's, you know, vocabulary. There's just too many people. Oh, that's woke, or oh, you're trying to be woke, or you know, you ruined this thing because it's now woke. And it's like that's not my issue with the Star Wars stuff. It's not about them trying to be woke or not being woke. It's they didn't believe what they were saying, which meant that they were just virtue signaling. Upgrade that. Now let's fix that spell. I wanted to do that just for science. I don't know if I want to keep this equipped or not. If I want to maybe use that. That would be good. That would be good for boss fights, actually. Pop that on, and boom, pop that out. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think it's you know, I do think there was a lot of greed there, but also they did just spend $4 billion to get the franchise, so I could see why they wanted to maybe. I guess they were trying to get their money's worth. But that's not a good reason to go and create stuff. Like, you shouldn't make a movie because, oh, I want to make a bunch of money. It's like, you should make a movie because you have a creative vision that you want to express with the world. Or you have a story that you think would be interesting for people to hear. Man, this is only take one
Come
slot.
again.
So I have homing soul mast, and I'm gonna swap it out now for crystal homing soul mast. Which is just an objectively better spell. And this, when I have enough, will get swapped out with this, and then this will get swapped out with this. Yeah, because this requires 2 slots, and I don't think I'll ever. Although I'm starting to venture away from. Why do I have bolts? Stop! I wish you could. There's got to be a way to turn that off. Huh. And this is the lingering, yeah. We can either put on the Ring of Favor or we can get an additional attunement slot. I think the additional attunement slot might be a good idea. But also, yeah. I guess it really doesn't matter which one I equip. Attune another spell. We'll keep that equipped. I think Farron Flash Sword. Although, well, I have the long sword, so maybe I should attune Great Sword. And then we travel to Rosaria. I think I'm gonna respec because I'm not using that that axe anymore. I don't need all that strength. So I'm gonna take that strength and distribute that amongst my other stats. Sure, if you say so, game. Alright, let's take a look at stats I need. I need 14 minimum strength. There we go. In Germany, woke is much more negativity acclaimed. We have other words for real work against racism. For real work against racism and or for more feminism. Okay. Yeah, and unfortunately there's a lot of people in America who decide to use it for, so I need at least 14 strength. Let's do a nice round 15. And then this, yeah, up to leave that at 16. That back up to 24. That back up to 18. To 21. And this. 6. Okay, we don't need to go that high. 50, and then... There we go, actually. I think that's... Yeah. Now we have a more appropriate cast build. So now I can replace Soul Spear with Crystal Soul Spear. If I really, really, really wanted to, I could also put on, but I kind of want to, I want to see this in action. I like that. So yeah, let's go out here and we'll show this off on the slugs. Like, oh, he's coming at me. Well, not anymore, he's not. Whoop. Yeah, I got some actually damaging spells now. Let's watch this go off too. Oh my god, this is great. I finally got a loadout. Now we're gonna go and check out We're going to attune Soul Geyser real quick, and I'll show that off. But I don't think we're going to use it. It's not like the Meme Beam in Elden Ring, where it's completely busted. Equip those two. Yeah, and here it's Soul Stream. I forgot what it's called in Elden Ring, but there's a Meme Beam, is what everybody jokingly refers to it as. Get rid of you, because we don't need you mucking things up. Yeah, so that is... That's Soulstream. It's just a big, gigantic... And as you can see, that like, with the charge time, what it is, when are you going to ever get it off? Especially against like a boss. And it's also, as you can see, FP hungry. Go. Peel those off, and let's unattune Soulstream and actually put good spells on. Yeah, it's just that the charge up for that is too great. Whereas for that, and that, it's feasible. They can be used in boss fights or in PvE. And just like fighting, cleaning up the trash. Alright, Grand Archives. I think we're getting up to our next boss fight. We're doing some work. We might I might actually go and try and take on Gundyr again. You know what? Let's. We just respect a great deal. Completely changed. Whoops. Completely changed our build. And I don't have a jank controller giving me crap anymore. Although I did try this a bit at the start of the stream as well. And I didn't have much luck then, but... And I don't think a new set of spells is going to help, but a new set of stats might. I also kind of want to look at my 426. So without having to dump like half of my needed stats into strength, so I could use a big fucking Chungus axe. You know, I have a much higher, and again, comparable if you think about attack speed. I'd say I'd even argue better damage than the axe. But I tend to, you know, you look at my Demon Souls run and how, you know, Dark Souls 1 went. I have an affinity for large weapons. There we go. And you're gonna wait until that guy can start shooting at me. 'Cause you're a little bitch. That's annoying as fuck. I find many Hollywood movies only try to such messages in because I think it'll get money and not really do something against it. And even often have such problems with their own in their own studios. So when you're trying to make a fight against, you know, something like that in your world, you should do it because you believe in it and not for the money. Yeah. Well, that's the problem is, you know, corporate greed has kind of started to dictate how people behave. All right, come on out here. That was too early. That was too early as well. Guess that attack wasn't parryable. That attack is, though. So is that one. Partial parry. Yeah, here's the part where I start to have trouble. Is once he enters into phase 2, I can always attack whenever the fuck I want. I just realized I wasted a bunch of soul. Oh god. Alright, I'm gonna do a little save and quit trick. I was not paying attention. Okay. And now I've learned you don't fight these guys. You just run past them. Because there's just so many of them. Yeah, you can kill that guy. That won't really cost you anything. But trying to do the rest of these guys, you're going to have a fucking real hard time. Whoop. And you just go whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. And then the moment you enter the fog wall, you're invincible. We'll be moving nice and slow for now.